Hey everybody. Final thoughts time for S Evolutions. Let's get right to it. This is a really clever little game. Quite surprising. I mean, it does a lot with the confines of trick taking and just like the core function of it, the core conceit, this notion that as your civilization advances, you over the course of the game layer in more and more trick taking elements. It's absolutely brilliant. It's such a clever idea and really, really enjoyable. Because it creates some really interesting situations, the likes of which you would never see in a normal trick-taking game. That's my trump, but I don't know what trump is. I know some people were concerned that, the way the game starts in the caveman phase, where everybody's just literally playing cards randomly, it could lead to an upset. Because luck of the draw means somebody might win tricks more than somebody else, but really I don't think that's an issue at all because there are so many catch-up mechanisms for this game. The faster you level up, the harder it is to keep paying, and it's really not that big a deal. You saw in this game, which Jen won, she was actually trailing behind me almost the entire game. Because the lower you are, the easier it is to meet the needs of your people, and the more you can focus on expanding your technology and whatnot. The higher you get, the more it just becomes a struggle and a grind just to meet the needs of your people. And if you fail to, you can actually fall backwards and start losing points big time. Oh, by the way, sorry for those who watched in the extended video where I said that in the progress cards this is worth 1 point and 2 points and 3 points and so on. That's not. These are all worth 1 point. They're just worth bonus points if you match colors. Sorry, I got that a little bit wrong. And again, I think I also said in the extended, I probably goofed up on scoring every once in a while. I probably got a little carried away, gave myself some resources I shouldn't have had. But still, hopefully you get the idea of the crux of this game, what really makes it neat and cool and clever. A trick-taking game that evolves over the course of the game. And gives everybody, you have very specific strategies you can follow. Although, they're really very much determined by how many of these tricks you're going to win and what you get at the end of the trick. Really, really clever game. Now, the only thing I would have to say against it, in all honesty, is that as a two-player game, it's still kind of just okay. It's actually surprisingly good. It's about the best. I mean, I've tried different trick-taking, different games like alliances and whatnot that take trick-taking and try and do something new with them. Because I'm always hoping we can find one that works well with two. Of all of them, this has been the best so far. But even still, we have actually played this now as a four-player game, and oh my gosh, this game gets so crazy fun. There's so much random mix-em-ups and surprises when you've got 4 cards going into the trick every turn. And there are 8 potential disasters in the game instead of 4. And it's just really, really cool. So I highly recommend it if you have 3 or 4 players to play, because it's really going to excel as a trick-taking game. As a 2-player game, it's kind of okay. It is still actually a fairly nice civilization building game that you can get done in an hour. But quite frankly, as a 2-player game, I think Peloponnese does a really good job of scratching that itch of a great civilization game that plays fast and works well with 2. This one works okay with 2, but wonderful with 3 and 4. So I can highly recommend it. We really, really enjoyed it when we got to play with 4 players, and would love to play it again. And in all honesty, if we got to play it with 4 players on a regular basis, I'd be keeping this game. But c'est la vie. Me and Jen, we're 2-player players at heart. So that's it, folks. That's S Evolution. Thanks for watching. Any comments, questions, concerns, as always, let me know. I know I probably made some mistakes on resource tracking and point scoring and all of that. Let me know. I'll try to put the notes in. But regardless, hope this was entertaining and elucidating for you. Hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Have a very nice day. Bye-bye.